Welcome to the Positive Engagement and Economic Power of Kindness, aka Pepok Pep Talk, sharing insights, wisdom, and tips from leaders around the world to enhance your personal and professional lives. I am your host, Randy McNeely, the kindness giver and Chief Kindness Officer for the Pepok Institute. I invite you to get a pen and paper for notes and be ready to learn. Are you ready? Let's get started.
And we must also have the expectation that it will come to pass. But the only thing that we have control of is ourselves. So then let's work on ourselves. How can we be more peaceful ourselves? Because energy is contagious, as HeARTion will tell you as well. Our electromagnetic, we affect one another with our emotions. So let's learn to regulate our own emotion and learn to be peaceful, learn to make peace with ourselves, seek help when we can. The more we work on healing and empowering ourselves, then the more hope we have. It's just an upward spiral, is organic. So the more hope we have in our hearts, then the more we can have the idea that it is not an unreachable goal to have a peaceful world, but we need to walk the talk and we need to take the hope-filled action first. By doing that, we give others permission to do the same. So that is the fourth pillar, hope. The fifth pillar is, now we're moving to the alphabet E. Now that we have hope and we're willing to seek help, we have surrendered our limiting stories and there is rebirth, we have focus on our strengths. Now the fifth pillar is, it's time to elevate ourselves. So life is not a sprint, it is actually a marathon. So we need sustainable well-being strategies. How do you elevate yourself on a daily basis? What do you do? Like I went on a Vipassana meditation retreat at the end of the year because I want to elevate my game, elevate my sense of beingness for the new year. So what can you do to elevate yourself and understand that, life is a marathon? We need to take the right strategies, just like a sprinter and a marathon, they don't run the same way, right? Outwardly, they look the same, taking the same action, running, but no, in their mind, they're doing something very different. They're applying different strategy. So we need to understand that our life is a beautiful marathon, right? And thank God for that, right? So apply marathon strategies instead of sprinting, which is a little bit of what I'm a bit guilty of. Last year, I kind of sprinted, but it was also because of the context. So some things that we can ask ourselves is, how can I maintain this hope-filled action towards peace? How can I use my strength in an enduring way, in a sustainable way? How can I ensure that my limiting stories don't come back to haunt us so that we can maintain the peace and maintain the compassion we have within ourselves? So when you elevate yourself, you become your best self. But I think it also means that you need to have the discipline, right? Because so often we know something is good for us, but we don't do, right? We know eating this food is good for us, but I really prefer that fried chicken, right? So it also requires some bit of self-regulation.
I want my chocolate.
Our chocolate, see, that's a confession right there. So when you elevate yourself, you elevate the world. And peace and compassion is about elevating the world. People have this misconception, peace, compassion, sound so passive, right? Sound like surrender, give up. Far from it.
It's
Far from it.
the nice guys finish last mentality.
Yes, it's far from it. Just like kindness, right? Like Randy, you are Chief Kindness Officer, right? It's not passive. There's nothing passive about kindness. It's so powerful. Just that it's not like an explosive kind of power. People tend to misjudge it and misunderstand it. But no, it is sustainable power. That's how you elevate and you do the marathon the wisest way, right? By having sustainable mindset and sustainable strategy. So now the last pillar of Shi Power is the last E, execute, action. All the self-discovery, self-awareness, and you just sit there and do nothing. Well, guess what? Nothing happens. Okay, nothing happens. Okay, so
knowledge unapplied is just education. It's not going to do you any good.
yes,
you have to
so
apply it in order to be
all
able
this
to
self-awareness is really exciting, is really the first step towards anything significant and life transforming for you. But that step alone is not important. It's not enough because it's just hate knowledge. Now you need to embody that wisdom that you have and you need to act it out right now. So now it's like, what is that action piece, right? So if action is not executed, then what you have discovered cannot be rectified, right? To move the needle, we need to act, right? If you want to take hope-filled action for healing and empowerment, then we need to take action. And you know, as I've shared in our entire chat, like I'm huge on inner peace and compassion, because that can move the needle. That is world peace, and that is where we can take action, right? So you can inspire change by being the change. Again, it's execute the 6 pillar of She pathway. Inspire peace and compassion by being peace yourself. But sometimes being means you need to take some action.
In other words, you come into this with the intention of being an agent for change. You know,
Beautiful. I love the way you said it, Randy. Exactly. So
you're not sitting back hoping somebody else is going to be doing things. You're the one that's going to be the agent for change. You're going to be taking things, you're going to be the catalyst.
yes. So when you think about it, which part of it is passive? No, it's full of action, and yet we're talking about peace, kindness, you know, compassion. So it is full of action, but we need to step up. We truly need to step up. I think that the sense of urgency for everyone to step up to actively work on your inner peace has never been more urgent, because we kind of been tilting to the other side last year where everyone freaked out, understandably so. But I think now it's time to take back control of your life. Well, having said that, I also understand that control in some ways is an illusion, but still it's about action, still doing whatever you can, using techniques, using very specific things that can put yourself back in equilibrium, like, you know, the HeARTion pause, such a simple thing to do it first thing in the morning every day. And I guarantee you, if you just do this and this alone, unless you give it 3 months, things is going to shift in your life, because you took care of yourself first and you're so focused every day. You start the day by letting go of what doesn't serve you, identifying who you're showing up as, what is your deep work, your deep value that you're offering to the world today, and you give thanks to yourself first thing in the morning. And then now you place your feet on the ground and you step up from your bed. Oh my God, who is this superpower that is showing up every day?
Oh, that's wonderful, Joy. It has been such a pleasure to have you on tonight. We need to, we've gotten to a point where we need to wrap up. But you mentioned in our previous conversation that you had a free gift that you wanted to share with my audience. And what was that that you would like to share? And also, I need to know, what is the best way, people need to know, what's the best way to connect with you?
Well, as you can see, it's HeARTion.com. It's over there. That's easy to
Okay.
remember. And I have 2 free gifts that I can offer to your audience. One is my free guide for the 10 things. Remember, for me, it's all about action. The 10 things that you can absolutely do to be your strongest and kindest self. So it's a free guide. And for those of you who's curious about my autobiography, From Zero to Shakti, I'm happy to give you a free e-copy of my autobiography as well. Here, if I may, I would like to also share that next Monday is the, well, 1st February is the 7 Days Mindfulness Challenge. So please do join us. If you miss out on this date, we'll have another one on the 8th of February. 8th of February will be your last chance to join this free 7 Days Mindfulness Challenge.
Okay. Well, that's great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Joy. I'll make sure that we will have all the details as far as the gifts and the links and the information about the challenge included with the post that goes along with this interview. It's going to be split up into a few parts, but the information will be included in all of the parts. So great to have you, Joy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Randy.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Randy.
Thank you to everyone out there for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.